Hey everybody, this is Jeff from Very Serious Hunting. Today we're going to show you how to tie up a couple of variations of some Carolina rigs to get you out, probably with what you got already in your tackle box, catching trout. They're about to be released, or they have been released in your local lakes. Let's go catch them. We're going to need some pliers. We are going to need a bobber, sinkers, split shot. We're going to need some swivels. We need a little bit of line. We need a fishing pole, obviously. And we're gonna PowerBait because PowerBait is the best. It's how you catch fish. Let's just get straight into it. First thing we're gonna do is let a little line out. This is my son's pole. So we're gonna tie on our egg sinker. Or just slide it on. A lot of people will put a bead, and this is gonna protect your knot because that egg sinker, that egg sinker is actually pretty hard on your knots. So we're going to take that swivel. We have egg sinker, bead, swivel. This is the basis. This is the basis of everything that we're doing here. All right, so now we are going to take our hooks. I just have some that are pre-tied here. I used to be able to see these better than I can now, but you know. So now we're going to take this nugget, and we're just gonna thread him on. Now he's dough. Now this will float. All we're gonna do is cast it out, and then we're gonna reel it up until you start to feel tension on that line. When you feel tension on that line, then we're gonna set our pole down so that when a fish pulls, you can see it. You can put a belt here if you don't want to pay attention and watch it, or you could be like me and just miss a bunch of strikes, whichever you prefer. And so because it's floating this high, we need to make sure that we get this above the weeds, and that's kind of tough to know. Earlier in the season, I have found fish low, and but I've also found fish kind of mid and high water column. Find them where they are. Adjust this leader all the time, frequently, until you find fish. When you find fish, stay there. Yep, so that's the Carolina rig. That's it, that's the whole thing. The way I first started tying this rig, what I did was I would tie one of these in. I just slide him on, and then I would cap him, and there was no leader, no nothing. I would just do that straight up with the, come on, wake up. I would just do that straight up, and then it would work the same. You can pull on the bait, which will be tied here on the end, and that's it. That's the whole thing. Real simple to tie out in the field, or if you run out of parts, you don't need a swivel. It's just a sinker, two sinkers. Always have these little split shot. I think the main point of this is that there's 100 different ways to do this. Another thing that people will do is they'll take this, and if you fish with us, you'll see these kinds of things. And this guy slides on. Let's see, this way? Yep. This will slide on. And then we tie on our swivel. So we'll tie that on. And then we can take this, and this becomes your slider. And again, people will use beads to protect bits. This guy holds your swivel from spinning your main line. And then you can clip into this duo lock. You can clip in a weight. This is a great basis for almost anything because the fish will pull and not feel the weight. That's the theory, but you can cast it, you can set your leader length. And again, sometimes we're 2-3 feet, sometimes we're 5 feet, but that's it. That's the whole deal. So now, last thing that we are going to do here. This is how I learned how to catch fish, and if you didn't, you should. This is real easy. We're going to tie on. You can use a swivel or just tie straight on. That's it. So now we have bobber, and then what I'll do is I'll throw a split shot on here to get my hook down. Pinch that with your pliers and actually get it on there right, Jeffrey, geez. Okay, and this is where you're gonna throw your worm. Whoa, you're gonna throw your worm. Okay, and this will be, instead of coming up from the bottom, this will be this far down from the top. So if you are finding fish on the surface, you could tie bait. I've done this with the PowerBait, and it works really well for PowerBait. Everything that can be caught with these two rigs, and that's it. If you can do that, you can catch fish here in the state of Washington. These trout are hungry. They are put in to be caught, taken home and eaten. They're good eating fish. If you catch the holdovers, they're bigger. Check your stocking reports. All right, so let's talk about this PowerBait. This stuff is what we all grew up with, right? And this is just the dough, and this is the nuggets. Now there's another option, and that is balls, and they're just scented like almost foam balls. But these guys hold a little bit better. Now if you put this stuff on and you cast it out, here, we'll just pull a little bit out. It's a dough. That's all it is. It's a dough. It's Play-Doh. Where's my hook? So we're gonna take this, we're gonna put it on. People are like, oh, make a diamond. It doesn't matter. Make it stick. I have never had it get too hard, and the fish can't bite through that. So we're gonna mostly cover the hook, and this will float. Again, these will float. So this, if you cast it out, it will fling this dough right off. Absolutely 100%. Well, 80. What I'll do is I'll put this in, and I will put this in the water. Some people say let it air cure. I let it water cure. I let it sit in the water 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Let that sit. Set up your other line. Then cast it out. Wing that fucker out. Wing it. Wing it. It'll be fine. But this needs to cure a little bit in water. In my opinion, water. I've heard other things. I think you're wrong. Necessary, or you will cast, and this will no longer be on your hook, and you will not be fishing. You'll just be dangling some hooks in the water. So be advised. Again, you can use worms, mealworms. People have used marshmallows. We actually used some of the scented marshmallows up at Rufus recently. They worked awesome. Highly recommend that you get out and try these rigs. They will catch you fish. There's no wrong way to catch these things. There's a lot of different good ways to catch these things. They're easy to catch. Let me know your tips and tricks in the comments. Thank you everybody for watching and follow along. Just a quick video to get you out catching fish. Bye, Mom.